In this episode of Dig In, I'd like to help you make a decision for your landscape, pine straw versus mulch. When it comes time to mulch your landscape, your flower beds, your vegetable garden, wherever you might be using it, you've got a choice to make between pine straw or a traditional mulch. There's lots and lots of choices of mulch, which is one of the big pros of using a traditional mulch is there's lots of different types. You can get dyed red, dyed black, dyed brown. You can get a traditional hardwood mulch. You can get cedar, cypress. There's so many different choices to choose from that might match your aesthetic or your look of your vegetable garden or flower beds or landscape that you're applying it to. Pine straw looks like pine straw, but pine straw is very light, which is what I love about pine straw is it's easy to transport. It's easy to get in your car. You don't have to have a truck. It's also easier to move it around your landscape, so it's very easy to apply. And if you have pine trees, it'll naturally fall in your yard and you can use it as mulch, so you can get free mulch if you have pine trees. So pine straw's got a lot of advantages too. It forms a nice knit over time and will keep weeds out, as well as with the hardwood mulches or the shredded bark mulches or any of the other type of traditional mulches. They'll keep weeds out very well too. They are a little bit better at water retention, so they're gonna keep the moisture in your soil a little bit better. What I also love about a regular traditional mulch is it biodegrades very well over time, adds a lot of organic matter, becomes a compost over time, and works its way into the soil. With pine straw, it also does the same. Some people say that it will make your soil more acidic. Well, all of them really do, because typically your mulches are gonna be either a pine mulch or a hardwood mulch, which is gonna be oak or maple. So really all mulches are gonna turn your soil acidic over time. But some of the cons. So of a regular mulch, it's heavy. You gotta use a lot of equipment, so you're gonna need a wheelbarrow, a pitchfork, maybe a hard rake. You're gonna have to move it all over your landscape. So some of the cons of pine straw is it's harder to get debris out of. If you've got, your mower that blows grass clippings into it, or your trees, losing leaves in the fall, get in there. It's a little bit harder to get it out of a pine straw, where it's a lot easier to work around shredded mulch or a traditional type of mulch that might be in your landscape. So those are just some of the pros and cons. I love both mulches. They're great options. You've got a ton of choices to choose from. It really comes down to personal preference. What's your aesthetic? What do you like? Now, what I personally prefer is a traditional mulch because you get lots of choices. So I can do a dyed brown mulch or I can do a dyed black mulch. I've got lots of choices, whether it's hardwood or a pine bark nugget or a cypress, which lasts a very, very long time. Pine straw is a great look. A lot of times in my backyard, I got pine trees and I'll use pine straw back there because I naturally get it and I can add to it with a bale. It's easy to use. In my front yard, I use a traditional mulch. So I actually use both. And I recommend that you make a decision that works best for you because they're all gonna benefit your landscape by moisture retention, keeping weeds out, and adding a finished look to your landscape. I hope this video helped you make a decision on which mulch that you're gonna use. Let us know in the comments section below what mulch is your favorite, and we'll see you next time.